Is there such a thing as a boat ownership? What is a Pleasurecraft license and why do I need one? Let us show you how easy it is. Hi, I'm Nicole from Lens Cove Lessons in Boating. Would you agree that not all rules surrounding Pleasurecraft licensing in Ontario are crystal clear? You're not alone. Truth is, it is fairly straightforward and significantly easier than it used to be a few years ago. We are going to answer a few of your most frequently asked questions about boat licensing in Ontario and give you a list of things to do in order to apply for your Pleasurecraft license. As a bonus, stick around to the end of the video where I give you the 3 best practices to make the licensing process simpler. In this video, we are going to cover the boat ownership documents, the purpose of a Pleasurecraft license, the difference of Pleasurecraft licenses across provinces, the process of how to transfer a Pleasurecraft license, and the regulations on the Pleasurecraft license numbers for your boat. A bill of sale or offer to purchase are legal documents to prove the transfer from one owner to another. A Pleasurecraft license is needed in the event of emergency so that they can identify who the current owner of the boat is. For example, if your boat sank, search and rescue personnel need to be able to identify the owners of the vessel. The basic tax implications vary depending on province. It's called the provincial and territorial sales tax. If you bought your boat from a marina, you shouldn't have to pay additional taxes as they would have been included on your bill of sale. However, if you bought your boat privately, you may need to pay additional taxes on top of that. You should contact your Ministry of Finance if you bought your boat privately. If you don't, they will send you a letter in the mail saying that you owe additional taxes. If you bought your boat in Ontario and you're registering it in Quebec, when you apply for your Pleasurecraft license online, you just have to change the first 2 digits ahead of time. For example, if your Pleasurecraft license was ON12345 and you're taking that boat and registering it in Quebec, you change the ON to QC, so your Pleasurecraft license would be QC12345. To obtain a Pleasurecraft license, or to transfer one, you have to go to the Transport Canada website and type in Pleasurecraft license in their search engine. To make things simpler, we have provided a direct link for the website below this video. When you're on their website, on the first page, you're going to type in the Pleasurecraft license number and click the transfer button. After that, you will have to type in all your information about yourself. For example, your first name, your last name, your address, and your date of birth. On the next page, you'll be prompted to type in information about your boat. You will need the hull identification number, the propulsion, the length of the boat, the make, the model, and the year. On the next page, you'll be prompted to type in the previous owner's information. You have to make sure that you have their first and last name and their address. On the next screen, you'll be asked to provide the documents to prove that you own the boat. So you need a bill of sale that is signed by both parties. You will need your driver's license. You will have to make sure that it is signed and not expired. You can also use a passport if you don't have a driver's license. And you will also need a clear picture of the boat. The picture has to be of the side of the boat. It has to show the Pleasurecraft license number on it, and it has to show the entire boat from the transom to the bow, and the picture should be in color. The number has to be displayed on both sides of the bow, and it has to be displayed above the waterline. The color of the number should contrast the color of your boat. The size has to be at least 3 inches high, which is 7.5 centimeters. It's a bit tricky and yet very important to know what to expect when obtaining or transferring a Pleasurecraft license. You'll want to protect yourself as there is a $250 fine for not transferring the vessel license into your name. There's also a fine for not carrying a copy of your Pleasurecraft license on your boat at all times. Here is a video of the 7 most commonly asked questions when shopping for a boat. There is a link in the description below to the Transport Canada website so you can start this process. As promised, here are the 3 things to make it easier to obtain your Pleasurecraft license online. Before you start the application, make sure you have a digital version of your driver's license. Your driver's license cannot be expired and it must be signed. You must also have a digital copy of a picture of the boat. Number 2, your address on your driver's license must match the address that is on the bill of sale. Number 3, the previous owner's information must match the information that is on the bill of sale and also on file with Transport Canada.
Thank you for joining us on Lens Cove Lessons in Boating for today's video. Remember to like this video and subscribe for more. Be safe, have fun, and we'll see you out on the water.